Now, folks, if you'll just gather around a little closer now. Come right in a little closer. That's it. That's fine, folks.
Lewis CROKER, in my opinion, deliberately missed the check weighing, knowing that Jose Felix is not going to pull out, so he misses a payday. You know, they don't pay much more anywhere else in the world than they do at Matchroom. And look, you take your destiny into your own hands in the shark-infested waters of the boxing world. So there's no pity party for Jose Felix. But how much did he weigh on the check weighing that the British Boxing Board of Control wouldn't let him make weight for the WBO Intercontinental belt, which he and his team didn't give a shit about? So the ruling says here it's unsafe for Lewis CROKER to make the weight. It's unsafe for him to make the weight, but it's safe for him to come in at 150 on the day of the weigh-in and not even have him do a check weighing where he can't rehydrate over a certain amount on the day of the fight to address the balance and at least attempt to even up the playing field. Nope. So that was safe for Jose Felix, yeah? Because I've seen him fight a lot, and his punch resistance is normally a lot better than that. But he's fighting a light middleweight. He's a blown-up lightweight, Jose Felix. But, yo, 5th round stoppage for Lewis CROKER. He done what he had to do. He didn't look that impressive to me, in all truth, but he did what he had to do. They had the welterweights on deck in Northern Ireland tonight. Big up Conor Walker. Very aggressive display. Taking on the 9-0 LOYD GERMAIN. Very tall, rangy fighter. GERMAIN wasn't allowed to get into his stride. Walker really warmed into it in the 2nd round. Now, he finished it in the 3rd round. Here's what I don't understand. Like, first knockdown, he hit GERMAIN while GERMAIN was down on one knee. Okay, he's in the ascendancy, he's throwing licks. It is what it is. 2nd knockdown, he hits GERMAIN while he's down again. The referee takes the count. GERMAIN gets up. And then the referee admonishes Conor Walker. I won't say too much on it because I don't have the rule book in front of me, but surely hitting the man while he's down compromises the legitimacy of the knockdown he scored. But it doesn't matter. You know, like, GERMAIN was knocked down again and the fight was over. Conor took him out of his stride, and that's 2 good wins on the bounce. He took, who was it? Was it Cyrus Patterson? He took his O in his last contest, 2 stoppages on the bounce, and he wants all the smoke. Maybe he can get old 1-2 checker weighing next. I'm sick of that check weighing shit, seriously. They should actually take it out of the fighter's hands. Jose Felix shouldn't be in a position where he has to decide if he's going to take on someone way heavier than him. They should automatically disqualify the likes of Lee CROKER, catch weight or for the belt. It shouldn't matter. He should be disqualified, and he should be made to compensate his opponent, or the promoter should be made to compensate the opponent, and the promoter would take it way more stringently, yeah, that these fighters are going to make the check weighing and not mess it up, because they deliberately done this. It wasn't an accident. They keep scales in the camp. Coming to someone who asked me where I get it from. Yeah. Big up all the Jamaicans and the fake yardies like me, claiming a piece of it because my daddy was born there. Yo, Chef CLARKE gave Tommy McCarthy a beating in there. He landed hard punches from the rip. Left hooks and uppercuts. It looked like McCarthy wanted to voluntarily take a knee, but he held himself up there in front of his hometown and did his best. He was knocked down once in the 4th and basically was just covering up and he couldn't see where the punches were coming from, and the referee rescued him. 4th round stoppage for Chef CLARKE. Chef is now 8-0. 6 inside the distance. The mandatory for Isaac Chamberlain for the British title. Let's get it, Isaac. Let's get it. Chef's been mandatory since June last year. Let's go. Or give up the belt. Chev is 33 years of age. He ain't got time to waste. That's why he's being fast-tracked. He ain't got time to waste. Good win for Chev, I suppose. And, you know, I'm just hamming it up a little because, you know, the Jamaican connection. But Tommy was coming off a stoppage loss against Shellac in November for the European title. And he was taking a beating in that over in Poland. Shouldn't have really been in the ring tonight. Not against this level of opponent. He shouldn't have been in the ring. And although he had size, reach, and height advantages, he was just too slow. He caught Chev a couple of times and gave him a few issues with his footwork in the 1st round, but he was unable to maintain that. His jab had no snap on it, and he had nothing to keep Chev off without the jab, and Chev just walked through him. I really want to see that CHEV Isaac Chamberlain fight. I really do want to see that. You know, CHEV's a lot better than Mikel Lawal. Lawal, he kind of looked like one of them you just come off road and found boxing and was physically strong and had power, but he needs a lot of work on his game. CHEV will give Isaac a very good battle and could actually take the belt. We need to see that fight. Paddy Donovan, he got through against William Herrera, answered some questions in the fight and raised some as well. He looked like he was skating towards victory, and then Herrera started landing uppercuts and getting way more aggressive, and Paddy's defense was falling to pieces and he was getting tired. But, you know, 7th round he pulled it back with the body shots. Very good win. Perhaps he could fight Lee CROKER. Perhaps. That's the fight they want to make, is CROKER versus Paddy Donovan. Gary Cully, who lost to Jose Felix, who Lee CROKER beat, he's a little behind the pace right now. But that's another potential big fight in either the Republic or Northern Ireland. But Paddy did what he had to do. He goes to 13-0, 10 inside the distance. And it was an entertaining bout. In all truth, it was entertaining. If you're in the United Kingdom on the 17th of February, there's going to be a fight party for Alexander USYK versus Tyson Fury. The location, East London, EC2A. When you purchase your tickets, you will automatically be notified of where the venue is located once the tickets are purchased. Dress code, smart casual. You have to be aged over 18. I want to big up the 505. It's all above board. And it's going to be good. There was boxers in attendance. I believe Isaac Chamberlain, and it was lit. There's video of the first event, and everybody looked like they was having a good time. You know what I mean? If you're interested, you should check it out. Big up 505. All the links and information are in the description box. Tickets start at £12. And anything else you need to know, contact the event organizer, 505. So March last year, Floyd Mayweather blamed British fans who don't really want to spend money for his poorly attended boxing exhibition against someone named Chalmers, a British reality TV. I don't want to say star, but a reality TV guy. Now it sounds like sour grapes because the only other country that Gervonta Davis has fought in is the UK. He fought Liam Walsh here in 2017 and stopped him in 3 at a copper box on a Frank Warren card. And they're saying Tank Davis is scheduled for a return and it could be in the United Kingdom. Here's the facts, Floyd. America, hands down, has held the biggest boxing events in the history of the sport. And then after that, it's Britain. And right now, let's keep it real, Britain are doing a little better than America in terms of big events. Let's keep it real. So it's no surprise that Gervonta Davis is going to make his way to the UK. I don't know why he can't make his way to Saudi Arabia and get that bag from Turkey and fight Devin. That's why I don't understand. And more than likely, they'll be working with Frank Warren. I don't think they're going to work with Eddie Hearn if Leonard Ellerby has anything to do with it. Hopefully Frank won't accept any opponent, though, and try and put it on pay-per-view over here. Because let's face it, you know, the PBC are about to embark on this Amazon Prime venture. And no one's been impressed that Tim Tszyu is going to fight Keith Thurman. No one's impressed with these matchups. So if they are going to come over here and put Gervonta Davis in with Frank Martin, you better keep it at 20 pounds. You better keep it at 20 pounds. Trust me, Floyd's going to be bitching about UK fans again to try and pull in these stunts. Yeah? Let's not pretend this is some PR exercise. If they could keep him in America and put on that Frank Martin fight and do respectable pay-per-view views, they wouldn't even be entertaining coming across here. You know, they're probably looking for some new mugs in the UK. Let's see what they do. It won't be well received if you mug the British fans off, though. That's all I'm saying. It will be a case of fool them once, fool on them, fool them twice, fool on you. So with all the developments in Saudi Arabia, Oscar De La Hoya said perhaps it's not the way for American fighters to leave their local fan base and media ecosystem to go fight in Saudi Arabia, even if it means they miss out on career highest paydays. So Oscar's comments came up in the press conference for Ngannou and Joshua, and Turki ALALSHIKH said, "We'll miss him," and the room erupted in laughter. Then Oscar tried some damage control after Turki put up a post on Twitter about a gym that he's running backed by Mike Tyson, and Turkey was hoping that some Arab boxers will be developed in the gym. Oscar put himself forward as a talent scout. I'll make you proud. I've promoted Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Canelo, Ryan Garcia. Well, at least 3 of them names like you're not on good terms with now. And a couple of them relationships ended bad. But the fact that he's having to retract what he says just shows that at 50 years of age, Oscar hasn't grown up. Hopefully the Sheikh is not a vindictive man, and if Oscar has something concrete to offer in terms of business, then they'll work together. But, you know, I could just imagine the people at Golden Boy when Oscar talks, like, oh gosh, we have to clean up another spill from Oscar. And DAZN as well have to clean up Oscar's spills, because he just puts his foot in his mouth constantly. He can't help himself. You have to wonder how serious people around Oscar take him. You know, cross-dressing, cocaine, and DUIs, and his back and forths with Ryan Garcia. And yeah, Ryan is a brat, but, you know, they're just a bad combination together, and an idiot and idiot. I tell you what, man, that Saudi bag is causing chaos in the boxing industry. Are we seeing the Freddie Roach effect making its impact very early in their relationship? He looked controlled in the first round, and he moved around the ring nicely. He did. I can't lie. Now, when he boxes long, which is not his forte, and they don't want to sell Jaime as a long jabber and mover, even though he's got the dimensions to do it. They don't want to sell him like that. But when he does that, I wouldn't say he's got the head movement or anything like that not to get hit. But he sees the punches, and he braces himself pretty well for when they come. And he was pretty effective early on at long range. A little later in the fight, he lost his way. He lost his way with the boxing when he got out of breath. The hand speed was really impressive. Like, he put them punches together beautifully to score the first knockdown. And in the first round, he was doubling, tripling up his jab, and then coming back with the right hand. What Eric Morales did, Eric Morales didn't give him much fundamentals on defense. But as an offensive fighter, how to set up his punches, he did a very good job. And now Freddie Roach is bringing in his bit now, and Jaime looked really good in it. The first knockdown, it was a right hand on the back of a 3 or 4 punch combination. I couldn't even count the punches. Hand speed. Jaime gives up his height, he does, but he's perfecting that style. Like, he lowers himself into a crouch, uses that forearm to bust through your defense as well as his punches, and he's comfortable. He's comfortable doing what he does. And he'll trade body shots with his shorter opponent, which technically I guess he shouldn't be doing. But he uses his shoulder very well inside. And the knockdown, it wasn't a wild knockdown, you know. The decoy jab set it up, then the follow-up right hand, the follow-up left, the follow-up right. Ryder was down. Ryder was marked up around his right eye. Ryder, in hindsight, he shouldn't have took this fight coming back from that beating from Canelo. He really shouldn't have took this fight. Bad fight to take. Bad mistake. But that's Ryder. You offer Ryder a tough fight, he'll take it. And if he doesn't retire, more than likely he'll ask for the toughest guy out there. And listen, he didn't give in. He was landing jabs and left hooks, but he just couldn't make an imprint on Jaime. He was landing with both hands. Jaime was looking for the stoppage in the second. He didn't quite get there. And, you know, listen, Ryder played his part because he took a beating. And apart from the knockdown, these are good rounds, like competitive rounds. Ryder's in there throwing his shots, landing, getting out punched, getting pushed back, getting beaten up. But it's good to watch. You know, Jaime's jab has improved a whole lot. Television-friendly fighter supreme, I would say. Yes. In saying that, the matchmaking flattered Jaime a little. Like, you don't get in the ring with someone as aggressive and robust as Jaime after that beating you take from Canelo. You need an easier touch. Does John Ryder carry on? I don't know. That's his decision, but I don't like. He's not going to take soft touches to come back. He's going to want to fight the baddest and the biggest and the strongest straight away. Because that's just who he is. This ain't Boo Boo Andrade. No disrespect. But the matchmaking, yes, it flattered Jaime. Perfect timing to fight John Ryder, who was a little off the pace, but still had enough to make Jaime work and make Jaime have to produce. It wasn't just going to give him the win. So excellent matchmaking. Both men threw a whole load of punches in there. You know, Ryder was landing 1-2s and uppercuts, moving as well as he could because he has skills himself. This is a good super middleweight fight. A body shot went in there, a left-right from Munguia. That looked like a knockdown to me in the third, but it wasn't scored. Ryder went down in a delayed reaction. Jaime was shooting hard right hands to the body and left hooks to the body and just sapping John's energy. Jaime is always going to be a rough diamond, but he looked as polished as we're going to get from Jaime. Like, he worked some good combinations off the jab all the way throughout. He lost the 6th, 7th, and 8th, in my opinion. I watched the fight live yesterday, but, you know, at 5 a.m. at my age, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have a clear reflection of the fight. But reviewing it today, yeah, Ryder won the 6th, 7th, and 8th, in my opinion. He was outboxing Jaime. Jaime was trying to find that second wind. Ryder found a home for that jab. He was pushing Jaime back. He was outmaneuvering him on the back foot. As Sergio Mora pointed out, he's doing well not to get backed onto the ropes. And the fact he didn't get swarmed under the amount of punches that were getting thrown, he done a good job in there. And Jaime was getting his second wind. And in the 9th, that overhand right, didn't look like there was much on it, but the way Ryder went down, you knew it was trouble. After the second knockdown, Tony Sims apparently was in the corner waving a flag. Why didn't you just walk into the ring? And even if it meant John got disqualified, get the fight stopped, because the referee, he looked like he wanted to get John killed in there. Can Jaime beat Canelo? Now, I'm asking this because I believe the Mexican fans, and this is what's going to sway at the end of the day, everyone outside of that demographic can have their say. They prefer Jaime. Jaime is one of theirs. He's fought in Mexico, born in Mexico. They like Jaime. And the resumes, there's not much between David and Jaime in terms of resume. Jaime has more fights. I think he's been promoted better. You know, when he goes in there, he's got Eric Morales, he's got Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins, and he does have star quality, I believe, that David Benavidez doesn't have. I think he might be a little too naive to actually get the W over Canelo. If he needs that second win against Canelo, he might never get back into the fight like he did yesterday. If he's throwing 4, 5, 6, and 7s and Canelo's on his game, he'll get counted and counted a lot. He may be too naive to get the W over Canelo, but nevertheless, he'll be a great challenge, you know. And if they hold that in Mexico, that is lit. Very good matchmaking by Golden Boy, getting John Ryder in the ring for Jaime, just on the back of John Ryder's last fight against Canelo, so they can compare results. And Jaime got him out of there, and Canelo couldn't. Great PR. And the real Mexican monster might be Jaime Munguia. Who would they rather see in there against Canelo? I took a poll on Twitter. It's early days yet, but I thought Jaime would actually be closing the gap a little more. David has a commanding lead.